On February 15, 2018, at exactly 1:45 a.m., Nirav Modi's luxury apartment in Park Lane, London, was raided by the City of London Police. The operation, codenamed Cheval, had been in the works for months. The police had reason to believe that Modi was hiding millions in cash and valuables in the heavily fortified apartment. They arrived in 2 black vans, flashing their lights to signal the start of the operation. The officers stormed in, armed with search warrants and a team of forensic experts. The scene was one of chaos and confusion as the police officers fanned out across the apartment. The air was thick with the smell of cigar smoke and the sound of breaking glass. The police moved swiftly, searching every room and corner of the apartment. They were on a mission to seize every item of value, no matter how small. The officers were armed with torches, flashlights, and gloves, as they carefully handled each item to make sure they didn't destroy any evidence. Nirav Modi was still in his bed, asleep, as the police operation unfolded around him. The police would later describe him as calm and collected, despite the chaos that was unfolding around him. He was 47 years old at the time and was known for his lavish lifestyle. The police found him surrounded by several expensive watches and a safe that was said to contain millions in cash. They also found several designer clothes and an impressive collection of art and antiques. As the police searched the apartment, they heard the sound of a person moving around in the adjacent room. It was Modi's assistant, who was trying to contact his boss to warn him about the raid. The police quickly apprehended the assistant, but Modi had vanished. The officers began to question the assistant, who told them that Modi was likely hiding in one of the building's many hidden compartments. The police started a thorough search of the entire building, but Modi had disappeared into thin air. Before we go further, hit subscribe and the bell. We post new cases every single day. Don't forget to like and share this video with your friends and family. Let's get into the case of Nirav Modi, a master of deception and a king of diamonds. He was one of India's most successful businessmen, with a reputation for his exquisite taste and impeccable style. But beneath the surface, Modi was hiding a dark secret, one that would ultimately lead to his downfall. Let me take you back to the very beginning of this story, to the days when Nirav Modi was just a young man with a big dream. He was born in 1971 in Antwerp, Belgium, to a middle-class family. His father was a diamond merchant, and from a young age, Modi showed a keen interest in the industry. He began his career as a diamond dealer, working for various companies in Belgium and India. But as he rose to success, he became increasingly greedy and corrupt, using his wealth and influence to cheat his banks and investors. His empire was built on a web of deceit and corruption, and it was only a matter of time before it all came crashing down. Nirav Modi's story is one of incredible wealth, lavish lifestyle, and ultimate downfall. It's a tale of ambition, greed, and deception, one that will captivate and shock you to your core. From the banks of the Ganges River to the streets of Manhattan, we will follow the trail of Modi's crimes, exposing the shocking truth behind this multi-billion-dollar fraud. Join me as we delve into the world of Nirav Modi, a man who thought he was above the law, but ultimately found himself on the wrong side of justice. Welcome to our channel, where we dive into the most intriguing and shocking true crime cases. Today, we're focusing on the story of Nirav Modi, a wealthy and seemingly respectable businessman. Born on February 27, 1971, in Palanpur, India, Nirav Modi grew up in Antwerp, Belgium, with a family that had been in the diamond business for generations. He and his family would eventually move to Mumbai to work with his maternal uncle, Mehul Choksi, the head of the Gitanjali Group, a retail jewelry company with over 4,000 stores in India. As we explore the life of Nirav Modi, we'll examine the events that led him down a path of deceit and corruption. Nirav Modi's life seemed perfectly ordinary, or so it seemed. He attended the prestigious Wharton School at the University of Pennsylvania, but eventually dropped out to pursue his business ventures with his uncle. He would later go on to build a reputation as a skilled diamond merchant, and his business would take him to the heights of success. Behind closed doors, Nirav Modi's family life was happy and content, with a loving wife and children. But was this facade of happiness and success a carefully constructed illusion? We'll examine the intricate web of relationships that contributed to Nirav Modi's downfall. As we delve deeper into Nirav Modi's life, we uncover a man who appears to be likable and relatable. His friends and acquaintances describe him as charming and charismatic, with a quick wit and a charming smile. He was a generous donor to various charities, and his philanthropic efforts earned him a spot in the public eye. Nirav Modi's persona as a devoted family man also earned him the respect and admiration of those around him. But beneath this veneer of respectability, was a complex web of deceit and corruption waiting to be uncovered. Nirav Modi's relationships were a crucial factor in his ability to pull off the heist of the century. He trusted his uncle, Mehul Choksi, who had given him his start in the business world. He trusted his employees and associates, who were either in on the scam or were too afraid to speak out. He even trusted the officials at the Punjab National Bank, who were complicit in his embezzlement scheme. But was it a matter of trust, or was it a calculated move to gain control? As we explore the complex web of relationships that fueled Nirav Modi's rise to power, we begin to see the cracks in his carefully constructed facade. Welcome to True Crime Chronicles, where we delve into the darkest corners of human nature. Today, we're investigating the case of Nirav Modi, a diamond businessman who's been accused of a staggering $2 billion fraud. Let's set the scene. It's a sweltering summer day in March 2018, New York City is bustling with activity, the sun blazing overhead as we find ourselves in the midst of a financial scandal that will shake the world. The atmosphere is tense, with whispers of deceit and corruption lingering in the air, as we begin to unravel the threads of this intricate web of crime. Little did we know, a massive storm was brewing, one that would bring down some of the biggest names in the diamond industry. As we delve into the sequence of events leading up to the crime, we find ourselves in a world of high finance and luxury. Nirav Modi's star was rising, his diamond trading company Firestar was thriving, and he was rubbing shoulders with the who's who of the industry. In 2011, he had taken a massive loan of $1.77 billion from Punjab National Bank, PNB, under the guise of import bills, which were never cleared by PNB. Meanwhile, Modi's business was expanding, and he was building a reputation as a leading diamond merchant. However, behind the scenes, a massive Ponzi scheme was taking shape, and Modi's empire was built on shaky ground. As the months go by, the truth begins to unravel. In March 2018, Indian authorities launch a probe into the alleged fake loan scam, and PNB files a complaint with the police. It becomes clear that Modi had been using fake invoices to secure loans from PNB, which he then used to finance his own businesses and lifestyle. The scale of the scam is staggering, with estimates suggesting that Modi had been laundering money through a network of shell companies and fake entities. Meanwhile, Modi himself is living a life of luxury, jetting around the world and hosting lavish parties. Little did anyone know, his world was about to come crashing down. The most shocking single detail of the crime is that Nirav Modi's $2 billion PNB scam is just the tip of the iceberg. What's even more astonishing is that the scam was facilitated by a PNB employee, Gokulnath Shetty, who was bribed by Modi to approve the fake loans. According to reports, Shetty not only helped Modi to secure the loans but also helped him to cover his tracks by deleting transaction details from the bank's system. This brazen act of corruption is a chilling reminder of the depths of human depravity. Shetty's role in the scam is a crucial aspect of the investigation, and his actions will be scrutinized under a microscope. As news of the scam breaks, the diamond industry is left reeling in shock. The first person to discover what happened was a PNB employee, who raised the alarm about the suspicious transactions. The employee's identity remains anonymous, but their bravery in speaking out has sparked a major investigation into the scandal. The question on everyone's mind is, how did this massive scam go undetected for so long? So, comment below, what do you think really happened here? Was it a case of pure greed, or was there a larger conspiracy at play? As we dig deeper into the scam, we uncover a web of deceit and corruption that reaches the very top of the diamond industry. The full scale of the operation is staggering, with Modi's companies allegedly using 175 fake entities to launder money. The extent of the scam is a shocking reminder of the power of greed and corruption. And now, as we leave you tonight, a question lingers in the air: where will the investigation take us? Will we uncover any new leads, or will the trail go cold? Join us next time on True Crime Chronicles as we continue to follow the twists and turns of this gripping case. As investigators began to unravel the Punjab National Bank scandal, they first responded by questioning the bank staff and reviewing transaction records. They discovered that a large number of fraudulent transactions had been made, totaling over $2 billion. This was a massive case, and it was clear that it would take time and resources to crack it open. The police started by interviewing bank officials and gathering evidence from the transactions. They also began to look into the dealings of the bank's customers, including Nirav Modi. The key piece of evidence that changed everything was a series of internal memos from PNB staff, detailing the massive fraud scheme. These memos revealed that Modi had been using fake guarantees to obtain loans from the bank, and that he had been working with other individuals to orchestrate the scheme. The memos also showed that the bank staff had been complicit in the scheme, turning a blind eye to the fraudulent transactions. This evidence was a major breakthrough for investigators, and it helped them to piece together the extent of the scam. The memos also implicated several other individuals, including Modi's uncle, Mehul Choksi. The main suspects in the case were Nirav Modi and his uncle, Mehul Choksi, as well as several other bank officials and staff members. Investigators believed that Modi had orchestrated the scam, using his connections with the bank to obtain large loans and then laundering the money through his business. Choksi was also suspected of being involved, as he had also used the fake guarantees to obtain loans from the bank. The investigators also looked into the role of other individuals, including bank officials and employees, who may have been complicit in the scheme. It was clear that this was a complex case, with many people involved. The red herring was a lead that investigators wasted months tracking down, which ultimately led nowhere. They had received a tip that a rival businessman had been involved in the scam, and they spent a lot of time investigating this lead. However, as it turned out, this individual had no connection to the scam, and the investigators were left with egg on their faces. The time and resources they spent on this lead could have been better spent on other aspects of the case. The investigation was ongoing, and investigators were learning from their mistakes, but this lead was a setback. The revelation that nobody saw coming, the one that changed everything, was that Nirav Modi's arrest was not just about his involvement in the $2 billion Punjab National Bank, PNB, fraud case. It was also about the intricate web of deceit he had spun, using his charisma and good looks to lure innocent investors into his trap. Modi's charm and charisma had won over investors, banks, and even some in the media, making it difficult for many to believe that he was behind the massive scam. In reality, Modi's empire was built on a foundation of lies and deceit, and his eventual downfall was a result of his own overconfidence. As the investigations unfolded, it became clear that Modi's arrest was not just about one man, but about a complex system that had enabled and covered up his activities for years. The twist in Modi's case was that he had managed to build a network of accomplices, including his uncle, Mehul Choksi, who was also a key player in the Gitanjali group. Choksi's company had been involved in several other similar scams, and it's believed